and I'm here with an old friend of Riviera's, Martin. Martin, you were on the panel session earlier today, and one of the things that caught my ear, as it were, was for people in these contracts to understand what good looks like. So if you could go through the formalities of introducing yourself, please give some detail about Lookout as well, and then if you could cover that aspect.
Yeah, thank you, Craig. I mean, it's a pleasure to be here. So I've been in the industry for 25 years. I was in class before, and for nearly 20 years, and then I sort of crossed over to the commercial side of things at RightShip for 3 years. Since leaving RightShip, I've set up my own company, Lookout Maritime, because I think there needs to be a better quality of conversation between cargo interests and ship owners. I think a lot of this is lost in translation, and we don't always speak the same language. Lookout Maritime also helps those people who want to market their ships understand what cargo interests are looking for. And we try to do this in a number of ways. I think that we're facing a situation where regulation is increasingly goal-based, which makes it increasingly difficult to read and understand. I think we're going through a period where this is going to be increasingly difficult for the different market participants to work out, what does it mean for me? In the old prescriptive world of regulation, it was quite simple. In the goal-based world, I think we're going to face increased challenges. And I think the other thing is, of course, we shouldn't confuse regulation and enforcement with the end of the story, because in addition to that, you've also got the market response, how the market responds to that piece of regulation. And that's nowhere clearer than, for example, in the carbon intensity indicator.
Yes, I'm just picking up on that last point. The carbon intensity indicator doesn't yet have a penalty or a way of creating an envelope around itself, as it were. So this is what, and one of the things you were saying is that both sides need to understand what their aims are and what they're getting. As you said to me earlier, you're doing the translation service.
Yes, indeed. I mean, I think one of the challenges with the carbon intensity indicator, and one of the challenges as an industry, is we tend to compartmentalize this regulation market. Commercial market and regulations tend to go into two different boxes. And I think we have to get away from that, because the issue with CII, although there's no enforcement, that doesn't mean that there isn't an issue for ship owners. It doesn't end with enforcement or the fact that you're not detained. It could be that you're wrongly assessed or you miss business as a result of somebody misunderstanding the CII. So I think there is a need for this translation, and it also a need to understand the market response that comes from regulation. I don't believe we can rely on regulation entirely when we're talking about decarbonisation.